It's weird because I just went to sit down. So the story about the theme tonight was the unknown. And I was going to say something different, but it just reminded me of a better story. A couple years ago, I lived in West Philly. It was kind of a communal household. And I lived with my boyfriend at the time. We always had a third roommate. And we had this guy, we'll call him Tom, come in to live with us. And Tom was cool, but he was kind of like a really big wake and maker stoner, which is fine. I don't judge. Everybody has a vice. He was a little messy, kind of weird, but we just figured it was because he was high all the time. And one day I came home from work in the middle of the afternoon and I went into the bathroom and there was this quart container, like a clear plastic quart container, full of like a dark golden liquid. And you know, it looked like, you know, you go to the Chinese food store and they give you the iced tea, and I thought maybe it's iced tea. I don't know why there's iced tea in the bathroom, but maybe it's iced tea. So I just put it out of my mind. It was a long day. I walked out into the living room. Tom had gone to work for the day. My boyfriend was in the living room, and he said, "So do you know what that quart container in the bathroom is? Do you know what's in there?" And I said, "No, I was actually really hoping that you knew what was in there." And he's like, "Well, I smelled it." And I said, "That's funny," because I was thinking about smelling it, and I was like, "I'm not going to smell it." He's funny, he's like, "But I didn't smell anything, I don't know what it is." He's like, so we're both sitting there like, "Well, it's clearly Tom's," and he's like, "Oh, that motherfucker, if that's piss, I'm going to be so mad." And I'm like, "Well, why would he do that?" So he's like, I just have to call him. I'm going to call him, I don't care, I'm going to call him. So he gets on the phone with Tom, and I can hear his end of the conversation, and I just hear him go, "Okay, okay. All right, man, well, that's just, you know, just take care of that shit. All right." So he gets off the phone, and I'm looking at him like, is it? He's like, "It's fucking piss." And I'm like, well, why? And he said, "I don't know." He said, "I'm at work. I'm really sorry, man. I'm really sorry." He sounded really nervous. He's like, "I gotta go. I don't know. I'll take care of it when I get home." So now we're left to theorize about why there's a quart container full of urine sitting in the bathroom sink. And my boyfriend's first thought was, well, maybe Tom had a doctor's appointment. And I said, there's no way anybody needs that much piss for a doctor's appointment. And he's like, well, maybe Tom didn't know. He's kind of weird. And I said, no, that's not what it is. I said, maybe he's selling clean urine. And he's like, no, there's no way. He's high all the time. I said, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe he gets it from other people. I don't know how to sell urine. I don't know how to do that. And then, like, there was a moment of silence, and this kind of, like, look of terror falls over my boyfriend's face, and he's like, what if that's just what Tom does? What if there's, like, a closet full of, like, bodily fluids because God told him to or something? We only lived with him 2 weeks, so we're freaking out, like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? So, like, we actually went to try to open his room and it was locked, so we're really like freaking out now for like a good 10 minutes, and Tom eventually called back and explained that what had actually happened was he had woken up in the middle of the night, and I'll paint a picture. Tom's bedroom was here and the bathroom is here, so like he didn't even have to really like even touch the hallway with his feet to get into the bathroom, but he had woken up and just did not feel like going to the bathroom and had an empty quart container and peed in it. And in the morning before he left for work, he forgot it on the bathroom sink. So the unknown creations that were quite horrifying were not true, but the known truth was that Tom just left the urine in the bathroom from laziness and forgetfulness. Eventually, Tom ended up moving out because similar grossness continued, but sometimes I guess we always talk about fearing the unknown, but sometimes you kind of wish that people weren't just really disgusting, that maybe your roommate just is a strange urine hoarding weirdo.